That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. If you've enjoyed this show via YouTube, please click like and subscribe. To contact the show, please email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk or follow the show on Blue Sky at tindogpodcast.bsky.social. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance. You know when you press record and then you don't actually take your finger off the pause button so that it just lets you talk for like 5 minutes and then you look back and you haven't actually recorded a podcast? So I've not actually done that. So here we go. This is me talking to you again about what I've just spent the last 5 minutes talking to you about. Oh, and by the way, welcome to a Tin Dog Podcast. This time, I'm going to be talking again about Doctor Who, The Fifth Doctor Adventures the Great Beyond, released September 2024. Here's the synopsis. The Doctor has been sent to Beyond for the rest of his natural lives. In the years after a devastating intergalactic war, a prison facility was set up on a distant planet to preserve the fragile peace. The most dangerous former combatants ascend to live their life in Beyond, like the notorious Starclair sisters, whose involvement on both sides of the war is the stuff of legend, as well as a certain Time Lord with a reputation for interfering in things that don't concern them. But there's something else going on the planet too, something that adds an infinite variety of agony to a sentence on Beyond, and makes the inmates wish for relative comfort of death, because what's coming to those who stay too long and beyond is almost too hideous to contemplate, alive and conscious, deprived of your senses and all movement, just locked in, alone in the dark that lasts forever. Okay, this story is, and I know this is not going to be more as well, just not for me. Okay, it's 6 episodes long, and what I've ended up doing is listening to one episode and then feeling of existential dread is basically the villain in this story. And that's what I've been feeling after listening to an episode. And then I go, I'll just listen to Van PD Volume 2. So then I come back after I've done that and had a lovely time, and then do a couple more episodes of this. And then I've gone, it's just too much. And then I've gone away and listened to Genesis of the Cybermen. And then I've come back and I've done this. And I've done a Torchwood and things like that. And I'm trying to do Zygon Century. And I keep trying to come back to this and keep going through it. It's not badly written or badly constructed by any stretch of the imagination. Being 6 episodes long did feel like a lot to get through. I do feel like it would have worked better as one of those nice 2-disc 4-parters, but 6 felt huge. And I know that each episode has its own specific themes so that you don't feel like you're trapped. But because you're on a prison with these characters who you know and love, and the new ones who you really don't, then it just felt like you were there with them. I know what they were trying to do. I do. It's really well acted. I can't fault anyone, and incredibly well written. The worst thing I can say is it's just not for me. But that's what I've said in the past. You have to take into consideration where you are as a listener in your life. Do you need, right now, any more existential dread in the world? Because that's all you're experiencing day after day, coming at you from social media, from your life, from everything. And then you go in, you listen to something that you would normally treat as a bit of escapism, and you're presented with something even worse, even darker. The whole thing with the actual prison itself, or what's going on, and the darkness that people experience, where they just vanish into themselves and experience oblivion, but they're still awake and fully conscious, is just going to depress the hell out of you. And I know that's part of it. That's part of what's going on. That's part of the problem. That's part of what needs to be solved. But it's just so damn real, so damn visceral, that you just go, ew, no. The business with the Starclair sisters, who are just a reworking of the Mitford sisters, who you can go away and Google those yourselves and have a nice little time with reading the Wikipedia and go, why doesn't this exist as a movie? Then that's fine. You can do that on your own time. But that's what they are here. They're not particularly nice people, and they've all ended up in jail, and perhaps they're trying to rescue each other, perhaps they're not. But apart from the princesses, who are 2 cricket ball-sized robots, everything's just relentless. You can imagine how drab the sets would have been. Look, this way. You've got all your 5th Doctor DVDs in front of you, and you think, I'll watch something now. Do you go, I'll just watch 4 to Doomsday, which feels a bit like this? Or do you just go, I'll watch Visitation? Or I'll watch something else? That's fine. So that's where we're at. It just isn't for me. But I can't put my finger on it other than it's just so damn heavy and heavy going. But so if you're after something that's a lot more challenging and a lot more grown up, then this is for you. Here's the trailer and decide for yourself. Until next time, be seeing you.
2 power blocks, fingers poised to annihilate each other. Nothing changes.
Which are you? Universalist or Scarlet Thread?
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The 5th Doctor Adventures, The Great Beyond.
This is Beyond.
You said no one comes back from this place, Ocean.
This place is full of war criminals, murderers, creatures who've laid waste to vast tracts of space.
This is your internment area.
The wall's changed. It's come in 6 inches.
New configuration. Constant adjustment. Beyond in flux.
And as it changes, it moves across the surface of the planet.
I've escaped from a lot of locked rooms in my time, Nissa, but how do you escape from a prison that's constantly evolving new ways to keep you inside?
Everything's turned upside down in Beyond. Execution isn't something you avoid.
Presumably because the alternative is too horrible to contemplate.
His eyes, staring at nothing.
It's all right, I've got you. I went to nowhere, and nothing was there to greet me.
It's come very early for him.
Nowhere.
Revised sentence. Execution.
Emptiness.
Walk in forever.
Blackness.
Brace yourselves!
Nothing.
It's time to start making a new life for ourselves. We're all permanent inmates of Beyond now.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. If you've enjoyed this show via YouTube, please click like and subscribe. To contact the show, please email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk or follow the show on Blue Sky at tindogpodcast.bsky.social. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.